Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Is it live or is it not live? Yes, it is live. Jesus, Saturday morning, up with the lark. I think it's time to go for a walk in the park. A lot of people are not going for a walk in the park this morning. Is it? They're currently on their way up to Ross County. They're on their way up to Dingwall. Yep. And I've got to say, some of the pictures of the snow-clad mountains, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And before they obviously lost their signal. And they'll get their signal back as they come back down over the hill, down towards Inverness, and that's when you generally pick up your phone signal again. Wonderful, wonderful time. Is that the door closing? Somebody just closed the door on me. Morning, Baz. Pub Cats in the house. I think we might see Kyogo. Well, we need to talk about Kyogo. We don't really need to talk about Kyogo because the manager will play him where he sees fit. But the breaking news late last night is that Celtic are in talks with a 21-year-old winger for €7 million. I did say I expect this for Celtic to spend between 10 and 15 million. And if we're spending 7 million on one player, a winger, 21-year-old winger, he's been tracked for a few months now, and with the departure of Louis Palmer, all hail Louis Palmer, the positive thinking Louis Palmer. Yep, the man who has the positivity to think ahead and think, I'm moving to Spain, I'm moving to Spain, I'm moving to Spain, I'm moving to Spain. And lo and behold, he moves to Spain. But anyway, Louis Palmer will be not involved in the game today due to the fact that it's a bit of yin and yang with Louis Palmer. Unfortunately, he's had a bereavement in the family. So with a little bit of good news, he'll be thinking it's not so good all the time in life, and we're thinking of Louis Palmer at his moment of need. But what it does do is it opens up another conundrum today, because yes, Dyson Maida's not playing, and neither is Nico Kuhn. Who will play on the wings today? Will it be Yang? Will it be Kyogo? And it shows just how threadbare the squad is when you really look at the meat and bones of the squad, and talent wise it really shows how bad it is. Now, we could bemoan about the fact that Rocco Vata scores an absolute screamer, and I see people commenting on the channel saying, well, Rocco Vata got away. He didn't get away. Rocco Vata didn't want to stay at Celtic. He was offered $5,000 a week to stay at Celtic, Rocco Vata. So let's put it to bed. It's a player that's left. He doesn't want to be with us. So let's just get over it. Kyogo and Yang as wingers, says Anglin Ayrshire. Morning Baz from Perth, Australia, 2-0. He's going to go for it. It's Alan Aldo McGregor. The Norwegian guy, it's came out of nowhere really, this one, isn't it? 7 million for a Norwegian, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name until I've heard someone with much more authority. Ostristrata. No, I'm not even going to try it. Anyway, Celtic are in talks with the Norwegians to get this 21-year-old for £7 million. If the deal comes off, that is. And it's been in talks for a while. It'll be interesting to see if that one does come off. And then also we heard that Odom, the warrior. Odin the warrior. Come on, Odin. That didn't work out, did it? It was Odin, the thin guy, that got left at the midfield. And he looks as if he's going on loan to America. So we're getting one 21-year-old coming in, and another 21-year-old is going back out on loan that we paid good money for, and going out on loan to America. Now, there was another one concerning the Kieran Tierney update. It looks like the Kieran Tierney one. If it's going to happen, and I can't see why. I just don't see why Arsenal would let a player go out on loan to the end of the season. This one's really, I just don't get it. I don't get how I don't know why they would let somebody. I mean, are Celtic going to really pay 50% of his wages? Why would they let him go out on loan when you could sell the player? They could sell the player this transfer window. I mean, I believe that the talks are at an advanced stage for the pre-contract talks with him coming to Celtic in the summer, and it's whether or not, because Arsenal are including him in the team. So for me, this reiterates the fact about why Brendan Rodgers is willing to keep Greg Taylor until the summer rather than sell Greg Taylor. I think that if Celtic were to get in Kieran Tierney tomorrow, Greg Taylor would be sold like that. Is it the fact that Celtic are... and I'm going to put something out there this morning. Does Brendan Rodgers feel personally... Do you think that Brendan Rodgers personally feels that Celtic are now a year behind the progress that he thought that they would have made? And the reason I'm going to say that is you look at the two defenders that were brought in. You look at everyone. You look at the majority of the players that were brought in when Brendan walked through the doors at Celtic Park. He was given a list of players that were basically signed off by him, but they were put in front of Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou knew the players that were coming in, and he decided to leave the club. Does Brendan Rodgers secretly feel that the club are maybe a year behind the progress that he would hope that the squad would have made? When you look at Norowski, he's on his way out. When you look at Lagerbielke, he's out on loan, he'll not return. Odom Ohm, the warrior, he's going out. Louis Palma, he's on his way out the door. That's 4 players that were brought in for fantastic money. And when you see that the fact that they're not good enough for the Celtic squad, and is that why? I'm just trying to understand the mentality of why we're insisting in keeping Greg Taylor till and not putting Greg Taylor out for sale right away, because the same happened with David Turnbull. And the only reason I'm comparing him and David Turnbull is it's 2 Scottish players with the exact same situation. We got £3 million for David Turnbull, and it's as if Celtic are saying, look, he's been a great servant, he's had 200 games, we're prepared to... I think that the fans would get off Greg Taylor's back a bit if they knew, look, he's leaving for nothing at the end of the summer. It's fine. We're fine with that. We're fine. But it's the situation where you don't know what's happening, and Brendan Rodgers saying, we want him to sign a contract. But then on the other hand, wait, I'll just answer this WhatsApp. On the other hand, you had a player last year that got sold for the first time that we could get. Anyway, move on. Still harping on about Palma, are you? Are you a Celtic fan, or are you just a Sevco fan? Our Scotland, still harping on about Palma. He's a Celtic player. Why wouldn't I harp on about Palma? And the one thing I don't need to see is your comments for the rest of the day. Time out. So there you go. Suck it up, Buttercup. Suck it up. I'm live now. I am not going to look, Brad. I am not going to look at any video footage on YouTube about a player that's coming into Celtic. Because when you look at Odom Ohm, when you look at Lagerbielke, when you look at all the players, when you look at Louis Palma, when you look at all their video footage, any player, video editors pick out the best bits. They don't show you when he goes missing for 10 minutes in a game. I'm not going to look at any player on YouTube until they come to Celtic, because there is absolutely no point. I know how video editors work on YouTube on football, these football channels. They go out and pick out the best moments. They don't pick out when he's having a bad game. Anybody can look good. Absolutely anybody can look good. And I watched the Norwegian League full time, mate. Well, I hope you do. Don't believe in that for a minute. Nobody watches the Norwegian League. Nobody. I know Norwegians that don't watch the Norwegian League, that stay out here. Anyway, right, let's get on to some Celtic news. I am ditching the comments for the rest of the day because, there you go. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Everyone say good morning to Heidi on the channel. There we go. What's the predictions? Baz, what positions would you like for the window? Left back. I'm not going to do any predictions because when you look at the squad, hi Heidi, you hope everything what you've been doing today. I'm just going to, do you know what? Leave everyone else behind. Do you know what? I'm just going to talk to the Wayne. Oh my goodness. Brody, send me a picture. Davy Seenan's in the house as well. Half of Fife's in the house this morning. It's great. Heidi's going to get loads of messages now on good morning, Heidi. Hope you've been good. I'll phone you in a wee while. Oh, I'm getting embarrassed there. Tierney will not come till the summer, says Dave Morton. Well, we'll need to wait and see. It's been suggested that if any loan deal is going to happen, it's going to be one of those ones that happen on the last day of the transfer market. All right, Heidi, says Sean Stewart. Taylor, keep Taylor. He's been a good defender. Down the wing, every player has his howlers. Yep. Aye, boys in Glen Office. Jesus, half of Glen Office is in. Half of Glen Office is watching this morning. Oh man, I've not even got any juice left. Jesus. Anyway, see, this has just thrown me now. The professionalism, there's no professionalism in this channel anyway, is there? Heidi, what are you doing? Do you want to see Ginny? She's in bed. Ginny's still in bed. Ginny's in bed. Hi Heidi, young and old. Loads of hi Heidi comments coming up. Heidi, you're famous already. You're famous already. Right, anyway, let's see. This has totally thrown me. Anyway, Odom 2.6 million. The Norwegian, another Norwegian. How good was Odom then when he was in Norway? Because he's... is he better than Odom, this guy that's coming in? Because Odin the Warrior hasn't really worked out, is it? Anyway, I think we need to listen to a little bit of Meltdown because I'm all over the place with this live this morning. Everything that I was going to talk about is basically, who's going to play on the wing? I'm going to do a live. I'm going to start about 2 hours before the game today because I think that there's a lot more to talk about. There was never any professional in this stream. Of course not Dave Morton. Pat's concentration. Tell me about it. Once the Granwayne comes on, that's it. It's just all out the window. Heidi. Anyway. The team today, I'm going to do a live. I'm going to start about 2 hours before the game today because there's no even point trying to talk about it this morning because my head's all over the place and we've been talking about transfers and let's face it, there's a bit of a meltdown going on with that mob across the city. Yes. Davy Seenan, how's the tattooed going? How's the tattoo going? Have you started it? Have you started it? Yeah, I tell you, you have. You would have. Odin the Warrior, she's 83. Oh, Jesus. Sean, I'm not even going to do a prediction until I see the team today. Say we'll start 2 hours before the game today just to start talking about the possibilities. And it's basically 2 hours before the game now, Baz. I know, it is, isn't it? Who cares about that mob? Just focus on ourselves. Yeah, I know. But who plays today? Who ultimately plays today? Does it give a little striker that came back from Ireland, and does it give them a chance? Does it give him a chance to get back into Celtic today? And who's going to start on the wing? Who is going to start on the wing? And don't say, who's it say start Tony Ralston on the wing? You've got to remember, it's never an easy game up in Dingwall. It's never an easy game up in Dingwall. There's always a case of the first half Ross County will have a good go. As always, it'll be tight up there. It's going to be bloody cold up there. It is going to be cold up there. Let me just see. Oh my gosh, she's getting so big. Look at all the teeth. Jesus. Anyway, right, Heidi. I'll phone you in a minute. Dingwall, that's what I'm looking for. What? Oh my God. Right now in Dingwall, it's -8. It is -8 right now in Dingwall. Holy moly, mother of God. Wow. -8 in Dingwall right now. Jesus. That's -8. We were lucky to scrape the last 10 or 2 minutes. Yep, it's never excited for the line announcement. So am I, because it's going to be something else. Lanky says he's going to go with Casper Schmeichel, Ralston, Cameron Carter Vickers, Trusty Taylor. Why is Alistair Johnson not playing? Ali Johnson isn't injured, is he, Lanky? Kalmark, Engel, Rio, Kyogo, Ida, and Alex Baye. Why are you dropping Alistair Johnson? He's not injured, is he? Lanky? Kyogo on the wing. Can you really play? It's dangerous playing Adam Ida and Kyogo at the same time. If we get one injury to one of our main strikers, and at this massively important time of year, I don't think that Brendan Rodgers will play Kyogo and Adam Ida in the same team. I think there's more chance of him giving one of the youngsters a shout going up to Dingwall for the wing position, because the manager's got a massive decision to make. And if any one of those players, if Kyogo or Adam Ida pulls up injured, it means that we've got one recognised striker for the Champions League games. We've got 2 massive Champions League games this month. 2 absolutely massive Champions League games this month. And I think that we need to be very, very careful. I mean, what are we getting with the players that are coming in this window? If we get this Norwegian guy, seemingly he's a bit of a goal machine. I have no idea. Just check the programme started at 12. Yeah, it starts at 12 and it's currently just 9 o'clock, so we've got a little bit of time yet. That pitch will be brutal. Yeah, it will be. Dyson's our third striker, but Dyson's not playing today. Dyson didn't make the bus journey up. Neither did Nico Kuhn. Dyson Maida and Nico Kuhn. Johnny Kenny, it's a massive day for him. He's been scoring goals. Is it the kind of day where Johnny Kenny actually gets the shout up front? You never know. Kyogo needs to start as a sub, yep, and then come on the wing through the middle, depending on how the game is going. His Tati can play on the wing as well, says Rab C. Yep, he can that, but I tell you one thing, I wouldn't like to be in Brendan Rodgers' shoes today, because him and the backroom staff are going to be sitting going, we're down to the thin skin bones. We're down to the bones of this squad. But we're all saying what a fantastic squad we had at the beginning of the season, and when we were able to bring on players and everything. But when you see the way that bring Dobie up from the B team, that's what I think you'll get. I think there could be 3 B team players on the bench today. I definitely think there'll be 3 B team players that have made the bus journey up. We just need to wait and see. We all just need to wait and see. Dyson just been rested. Yeah, he's just been rested, but he felt a little bit, and that's why he's been rested, because it shows you that we don't have the depth that we really thought we had. Kenny should get about half an hour in the second half, said Mr. Quinn. What happened to Bosun Lawwell? He got sold. Dave Morton, he got sold. Bosun Lawwell was sold in the summer. It was a last minute deal towards the end of the transfer window. He was sold, which is unfortunate because I thought he was a decent player. But when you look at the defenders that we had, when you've got, Lagerbielke couldn't get a game, Narobski couldn't get a game, and then Bosun Lawwell's behind those two. It's only one thing that's going to happen. Ideal opportunity for Johnny Kenny to stake a claim today. We'll soon see about that. We will see about that. Right, let me just see Celtic headlines that are going around. Don't care about that. Everybody's going on about the winger. I still think we need a left back. This window. It'll be interesting to see who else that we're really, really linked with, because this one looks as if it might come off. Stack up. There's not really a lot of transfer speculation kicking around this morning. Obviously, let's listen to a little bit of Brendan Rodgers to see what he said about the little gap that there is at the top of the league.
We should give you
all the noise in this city today, of course, will be the fact that you're 15 points clear. How much attention do you pay to that?
I think we're 15 points clear because we've been so consistent. There can be a lot of spotlight on other teams, and Rangers, for example, being that far behind. But you can then look at it and go, well, Celtic have actually consistently played very, very well and haven't slipped up so much and just proven that consistency. So, and that, of course, that when you have that resilience as a team and mentality as a team, that can obviously give you a competition advantage as such. But for us, the focus is always on ourselves and on Celtic and how we work and how we play, and hopefully that can continue to deliver those consistent results.
So, with Brendan Rodgers saying it's all about Celtic being consistent, have the Celtic fans been overreacting? Who's Rachel? Who's Rachel? Sorry, I meant Heidi. Heidi's my granddaughter. And so she popped on this morning. I don't know if she's still watching. Heidi, if you're still watching, I'll phone you in about 10 minutes. I'll make sure that Ginny's awake for it. With Brendan Rodgers saying, he's not interested about what's going on across the city and the meltdown and the fact that it's minus 15 back there. Have Celtic fans took their eye off the ball, and have Celtic fans got too used to Celtic's winning mentality? Have we got too used to Celtic's winning mentality? And you can only play what's in front of you. For years and years, when they were down the leagues, when they went into liquidation and died, you would get fans saying it's too easy for Celtic, and there was people. I can remember people saying, "Look, we need a strong Rangers." And where did that strong Rangers go to? They came back and they couldn't produce to what. And I don't know if you've seen the video, but their fans talking about money laundering, and it's just unbelievable. But have Celtic supporters, do we not give the team the credit where credit is due? It's hard playing football, and people say, "Oh, no, it's only football. It's only football, man. It's easy. Fucking we kick about and that." It says the guys that never play football, strangely enough. Will it be the case? And has it been the case up to this point of the season that we've kind of got a bit used to it? And when we get the odd result, like we've got in Germany against Borussia Dortmund, we've got absolutely gubbed the first half. When you look at a freak result, you get freak results through a season, and you get freak results in every other league in Europe. I mean, I see some freak results here in Spain, and you're like, you were never expecting it. I mean, I was never expecting the third team in Madrid to draw 3-3 with the big Madrid team. It was never thought of, but it happened. Celtic lose 3 goals to Ibrox, and it's like, where the hell did that performance come from? And does it show how high a level of performance that the players are putting in week out? And when we say, and fans say it, it's they're fed up with the side-to-side passing stuff, and it's, well, you can only play what's in front of you. You can only play what's in front of you. If you can't make a horse shit look like a bar of gold, and that's what Scottish football is sometimes. When you see this low block and you see the way that who are Rangers, lol. When you see the way that that's why you're giving a 2-rate team their airtime. I'm not. I'm just saying that they're the second team in the league. And exactly. I mean, why should I be talking about Rayo Vallecano? I mean, it's terrible. I should never be talking about Rayo Vallecano on this channel. Apologies. Where's Marco Tiles? Where's Marco Tiles? He's back in Australia. Whoa, Marco Tiles. Where's Marco Tiles? Marco Tilio, he went back to Australia, and I don't think he's ever going to come. But he's not even in the conversation anymore, is he? Marco Tilio, who went back to Australia on loan. People have forgotten about him, that he's actually still owned by Celtic. He is still owned by Celtic, isn't he? He only went back on loan. We need to sell him as well. I mean, that's another player that Ange Postecoglou come in. See, when you look back on Ange Postecoglou's time at Celtic, you're going to say that he brought in 4 good players. 4 good players in that rebuild. It's okay to talk about brain eaters when needed. Yeah, is that. He'll never be seen again. Talking about Lanky, Rayo Vallecano are a good team. The superb manager last season. They've done well against Barca and that. Yeah, they have, Lanky. They're 12th in the league. But it is a team that everyone in Spain thought would just go straight back down. It's one of those teams. They thought that they would go back down, but they're spending some good money. But then Real Madrid's got all the money in Spain in it, isn't it? I mean, when you look at the likes of Valencia, I mean, they're second bottom of the league. Valencia are a way bigger team than Rayo Vallecano. Valencia are second bottom of the league. Valencia are going to go down. Definitely. Tilio's another James McCarthy. Well, he's not really a James McCarthy because we didn't know where James McCarthy was. Tilio, Marco Tiles, I like that one. Marco Tiles is back in Australia, and it doesn't look like he's going to come back to the good old Scotland. Who's this mythical Rangers you speak about, Barry? It's a club with a very, very dark past. Very dark past. Anyway, right, what time is it? Let me just do this, because I need to double check the timings. Right, I'm going to cut this one so I can go and have some breakfast and stuff, and then I'll be back at around about just after 10:30 Celtic part time. So I'll give you time to get your breakfast, talk to the missus, talk to the dog, do whatever else you do, and then we'll be back and we'll talk about the team today and predicted scorelines. That'll be the one that we do talk about, the predicted scorelines in the chat, because it is always a tough game. There's 2.5 hours to go. Yep, Anglo Ayrshire. I'll be back around about half. It's a half. How is it 2.5 hours to go when it is a 12:30 kickoff? Right. Anyway, I'm going now because I need food. Heidi, going to come and phone you. On that note, I'm starving. I just woke up, says Carly. I'll have a fantastic morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you around about an hour's time. Or maybe even sooner. You never know. If the missus is still sleeping, I might just come.